I actually found out that I could use an app to teach younger people the scriptures. So one of the reasons I developed the app. So there are ways, for example, if you ask somebody to sing one of these secular songs that they listen to on maybe Kiss FM, they're able to sing it easily. But ask them to come and sing a church hymn, then there is a problem. But I found out that my son was 9 years old when I was developing this app, and he was able to play it. So, but answering questions, maybe if he knows a little about the Bible, he'll be able to do it. So there are several ways we can introduce the reading culture by getting them books at the right age. When some of these kids are still hawking on the streets, they don't have time to read. And that's why you see some of them even sleeping in the classroom, because they are overworked even before they go to school.
The presence of hardcover books seems to be not too much appreciated these days because of electronic copy. Have you got this materials on the electronic?
Yes, I have the e-books, but what I found out that even Amazon agreed that hard copies are selling as well, as selling even faster than e-copies. You still, when you go to bookshop, you still see books on the shelves. People still buy books. I think the devices are good for games and things like that, but I would not swap my hard copy for an e-copy.
I've been talking to Segun Ibitoye. Segun Ibitoye, he's a mathematician turned publisher, and it takes pleasure in mobile app development and Bible game. He's also a Bible game enthusiast. He's published a couple of books, some of them to his credit, and are doing very well online on Amazon, and they are also available in bookshops. Where can these books be found?
Primarily Amazon.com, or .co.uk.com, whichever part of the world you are in. So, and through my website, diggingdeep.guru.
Diggingdeep.guru.
Yes.
All right. That is for Digging Deep Bible Study Made Easy material. What about the Bible quiz and the app?
The app is available on any app store.
On the app store.
It is called 3R Bible Quiz, Easy, Intermediate, or Deluxe. So you get that on iOS, Amazon, and the Google Play Store.
All right. Segun Ibitoye, thank you so much for taking your time out this Monday morning to speak to us about your books and your passion. So if you're interested in picking up any of the copies of Segun Ibitoye books, Digging Deep, you can find them on amazon.co.uk.
Yes.
Or just Google Segun Ibitoye and everything about you and your books.
All my books, my apps.
Your apps will basically come up. So if do you do commercial app development? Do you develop app for people?
No. This is just a passion I actually learned.
So you don't develop for people?
No,
So
I can take jobs if they come, but primarily I went to look at how I could develop the app. Because when I took the manuscript to a pastor friend, he told me that I can develop into an app. So I went and read about developing apps. And the first thing I did was a mock-up of what I wanted my app to look like. And from there, I carried on.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much,
We hope
Mr.
we'll be
Alabi.
able to have you join us again to talk about the reading culture of the Black community and how we can improve on that.
Thank you very much.
I've been talking with Segun Ibitoye, a mathematician turned publisher and an author with key interest in Christian materials and books. He's got Digging Deep, his latest book, and of course he's got Bible Quiz book cover, which has been written in 7 languages, and of course the app to the Bible Quiz book are now in 9 languages. You can find any of these books. Just Google Segun Ibitoye or you go to Amazon for some of these. We'll take a short break now. When we come back, I still have another author and a publisher in the house, and then we'll go into another talking about another book. Don't go away.
Thank you.
As part of our continued efforts to reach the African and other ethnic communities in the United Kingdom with greater impacts and create the platform to hear your silent and unheard views in this hugely growing community in the United Kingdom, our channel, Ben TV, presents to you another live current affairs television program. Our focus on the program is to review and discuss issues around the diaspora community in the UK. The program offers you that unrestricted voice on issues affecting you in the UK. Join us live every Monday at 10 a.m. to 12 noon.
Jesus House invites you to their annual IT conference, Information Technology Breaking Barriers. This unique conference is absolutely free and offers hands-on training via workshops, not theories.
Well, I think it's a great event from what I saw from last year.
I'm very glad to be part of this.
It's absolutely amazing.
We've got a set of great speakers.
Workshops include project delivery management, agile delivery, business and process analysis. Some key seminar topics include big data, solution architecture, GDPR, risk management.
You need to have a strategy in place so that you will understand what do I focus on and what is relevant and what is irrelevant.
This is a great networking event.
I've got to engage you, I've got to connect with you, I've got to cause you to want to listen.
People have connected with mentors who have offered them jobs in their companies.
The sky's the limit in terms of what we have to offer, but for us as individuals we have to actively manage our skills and our careers and the types of projects we work on in order to take full advantage of that.
Previous conferences have helped people get new jobs, change roles, upgrade their skill set, get promotions and more. Register online today to book your place at jhitconference.com.
Do you have what it takes to win the Expression Debates Challenge designed to mark 2017 International Anti-Corruption Day? 32 undergraduate teams, 64 voices, one platform, one mic. Start prizes: first prize 500,000 naira, second prize 300,000 naira, third prize 200,000 naira. Register today and stand a chance to be selected for the regional auditions in Lagos and Abuja in November and the grand finale on December 9th, 2017. The grand finale shall be aired on television platforms. So, are you ready to be the Expression Debates 2017 champions? For participation information and application forms, visit www.youngstarsfoundation.org/the Expression Debates or call 070-3553-5876. Terms and conditions apply. Application closes midnight October 15, 2017. The Expression Debates, powered by Youngstars Foundation.
As part of our continued efforts to reach the African and other ethnic communities in the United Kingdom with greater impacts and create the platform to hear your silent and unheard views in this hugely growing community in the United Kingdom, our channel, Ben TV, presents to you another live current affairs television program. Our focus on the program is to review and discuss issues around the diaspora community in the UK. The program offers you that unrestricted voice on issues affecting you in the UK. Join us live every Monday at 10 a.m. to 12 noon.
All right, you're welcome back, and we're still here on the show Dialogue in Diaspora. I'm now joined by Kola Adedokun. Kola Adedokun is a financial consultant. He's a banker and is a member of the Chartered Institute of Bankers. He is also a lecturer in banking and finance, including the Yoruba language in one of the universities here in London. But today we're not talking about language. At another time, we'll be talking about culture and a language, and being a lecturer in Yoruba language, he's going to be our guest on improving on the values of our culture and language even in abroad. But this morning we're talking about the role of money and financial management in life. He's an author and he's a publisher as well. He is the author of the book called 12 Empowerment Principles of Financial Abundance. 12 Empowerment Principles of Financial Abundance. Kola Adedokun. Mr. Adedokun, thank you for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome to the show. You are a banker, you're a financial consultant. Let's quickly come down to, why do people have challenges in managing their finances?
Thank you, Mr.
Or have you noticed that people have issues managing their finances?
Actually, I have noticed that. I've observed that all over the world, people are having challenges with money management. And the main reason is people lack knowledge about money, and people lack knowledge about how to write out their inflows and outflows of receipts and incomes. Many people are lazy at writing things, and they're having challenges on how to plan and keep their budget. They're having problems with their finance because they don't know how to approach money market, how to get money when they are in financial difficulty, because it is not possible for one to live his entire life without undergoing any financial hardship or financial difficulty. And there is need to have the knowledge, to improve upon the knowledge on how to assess formal sector credit and also informal sector credit. People lack knowledge about all these avenues to raise money, and so they're having difficulties with finances, because finance is an important element in life. To fund whatever project you want to do is very crucial. So finance is very crucial to everyday life. We need to buy things for our use at home, for our use at work. We need to expand our business. We need money. We need to send children to school. We need money. So we need money in all phases of life, from infancy, even from pregnancy. We have been spending money on a baby that is even in the womb, and that baby will continue to spend money until he dies. So everybody will spend money from the beginning of his life to the end of his life. So money is so important. People are aware of that, but it is not only working for money that matters, but making money to work for you. That is where people are lacking behind in terms of knowledge. Knowledge illuminates the mind as the sun illuminates the heart. So when there is knowledge of finance, then one will be able to make use of that knowledge. Application of the knowledge will bring wisdom. We make one to be more wiser in expending his money. It is one thing to gather money, to work for money. It's another thing to ensure that the money that you have worked for, you have used it wisely. It is possible to work for money for 20 years and gather as much as possible for whatever level of money, but it is very easy to squanderize the money extravagantly. So people lack discipline when it comes to financial matters. There need to be for one to be financially disciplined, so that whatever he gathers in many years, he will not, by way of within a twinkle of an eye, throw it away. So financial discipline is also important. Furthermore, people are having challenges because they fail to find out the information about finance. Information are all around in books, in seminars, but because of time and for lack of knowledge, people find it difficult to read. Financial information is in books. So when you read the mind of authors, then you'll be able to
at least gain insight into the mind of the author, and I will be able to apply the mind of the author, the wisdom of the author in a book to your own circumstances, financial circumstances and situations. Because when it comes to financial discipline, as I want to go back to financial discipline, it is an individual responsibility. You cannot be blaming your spouse, your wife, your husband for financial failure. You cannot be blaming your teacher. You cannot be blaming your parents. All lies on you. Everyone has one head, and everyone go to school, but they don't teach all these financial matters in school. So you need to learn it by yourself. So it is an individual responsibility. You need to inculcate financial discipline in yourself. It's a personal responsibility. Without financial discipline, one will be financially indisciplined, and a life that is financially indisciplined will be mismanaged. After being mismanaged, it will set that financial life in disarray. There will be no financial balance. And in everyday life, we need to balance all equations, especially money and finance. We need money for everything that we do in life. And there need to be financially disciplined to raise that money, to get the money from the people outside, from the market. You need to buy or sell. 2, after you raise money, you need to know that you need to keep money. Many people, before they collect their salary or wages, they spend everything even before the payday.
Do you blame them?
Yes, I blame them for lack of knowledge.
Because the bills are there to pay.
Yes, the bills are there to pay. There's need to really sit down, for individual to really sit down and adjust his financial life. What are your intakes? What are your takings? You need to put it down in black and white. Write down your incomes, all your receipts, the avenues for all these incomings. Write it down, and all your outgoings. Write it down. Then see how you can balance the two. The one that, if your outgoing is more than your income or your incoming receipts, then there's a problem. That is where you actually need to sit down. Which consumption do you need to cut completely? And which consumption do you need to reduce? Which expense do you need to reduce or cut off completely? What are you doing? Where are you living? Maybe you are living in a house that is more than your income. You are paying rent that is more than what your income can accommodate. Then you need to really sit down and adjust your financial lives. Many people are not sitting down. They are not adjusting their financial lives. They don't have plans. There should be financial planning and budgeting. Budget and try and have your inflows, itemize your inflows, where the money is coming from and how much is coming. Itemize it, and what are the outgoing, the expectation, your bills that is incoming. Itemize it, then knock it off against each other. When there is a surplus, then you have a positive net worth. When your liability is more than your assets, there's a problem. Your assets, financial assets or fixed assets, all of your assets need to be added together, and it must be greater than all your liabilities or your expected bills. When the bill is more than the income, there's a problem. There's need to cut off, there's need to reduce, so that you have financial balance and financial independence. Ability to settle your bills as and when due is very important. When you're unable to settle your bills as and when due, it will lead you to struggles. You will not be able to make both ends meet. When one is unable to make both ends meet, there is financial indiscipline. Something is lacking somewhere. It's either you don't distinguish between wants and needs, or if you distinguish between wants and needs, even among needs, there are something that you can still cut off so that you will enjoy your financial balance and your financial life. So it is very important that you create value. When you distinguish between your wants and needs, then if you discover that your need is not even is greater in terms of value than what you are receiving in terms of income, then there's one thing to do. You need to create more value from yourself. Everyone has deposits, great deposit of ideas in himself that can be monetized, that can be turned to money. You can turn your passion to money. So there's an idea lying in everyone. That idea needs to be regenerated, needs to be developed. When it is developed, I'm talking about when your outgoings is more than your income, then there's need to for you to distribute between wants and needs. Having done that, you still find that your bills value is more than your income. Then you need to really sit down. What do you have left inside of yourself that you can bring out and monetize? What idea, what passion, what interest, what business can you convert to money? Even at your leisure time. It is not, we are not talking about working until you drop. Working until you drop is very dangerous. If you use your energy to work 24 hours, you become a workaholic. That one will lead to ill health. Whatever you have gained, when you are using all your energy, all your strength, all your physical strength to get money, you will lose it to restore your health. So the point I'm trying to make is there is more value in you. Instead of you being a workaholic working 24 hours, think of what you can do with your leisure time. Think of what you can do with more, that you have more interest, more passion on. Do it and convert it to money. Everybody has value in himself. And that value that you have in yourself, nobody can bring it out of yourself except yourself. When you bring it out yourself, nobody can exchange the value that you have for money on your behalf. You have to do it by yourself. So there are values in everyone that can be exchanged for money to get more money so as to use for the bills that are becoming greater in value than receipts.
Okay. The way and standard of living in Europe and America and Africa, that seems to be different. Here in this part of the world, people live on credit. I've once heard somebody say, your life is measured by your credit worthiness. And so if you don't have a loan, if you don't have a credit, it means you don't have a worthy life. Would that be true? Is it necessary for people to live on credit in this part of the world?
Thank you very much. The whole world is moving out of cash-based society to a cashless society. And that is why they created or invented credit cards, so as to be able to exchange, to buy things with your card. It doesn't mean that you have to neck deep yourself in debt. Actually, credit is very important. Your accessibility to formal sector credit and informal sector is very important. But it doesn't mean that you have to live your life on credit and neglect yourself in debt. I want you to understand that too much borrowing will lead to too much spending. And too much spending will lead to too much bad debt. Too much bad debt is very killing. It's a threat to life. Because the moment you are unable to repay your debt, it becomes a problem. So as much as credit worthiness is concerned, it doesn't mean that you have to be neck deep yourself in debt. But you can have access to debt, but not for consumption. Taking credit card for consumption is very dangerous. It's going to lead to financial catastrophe. So when you have credit or you have credit allowance, maybe from any bank, make sure they base your credit allowance on your level of income. So if you have a credit card, make sure that you don't spend above your credit limit. That is financial discipline. And make sure you repay them as agreed. The day of repayment, make sure it doesn't fail from you. And the amount that you're supposed to repay, make sure it doesn't fail. If it does, they're going to place on you additional charges and going to be at a rate that is more than the current rate. So debt will be falling upon debt. In essence, it is good to have access to credit market, but not to be buying consumptions, every little thing with credit card. That could be dangerous. but you can access credit so as to acquire properties, to acquire those assets that you cannot afford to pay with your savings. Savings is limited in terms of value. The amount that you can save for a number of years could be limited. Though it is very important as well to be saving when you collect wages and salaries. I'm still coming back to that. I'm still on credit. When you have access to credit, then, and you keep to the terms of credit, you become credit worthy. That's number one. And if you fail to return credit as agreed with your creditor, that's your credit worthiness will return to zero. Your credit rating will return to zero. So before you can have a good credit rating, you must first of all have a credit allowance and operate within the terms and conditions of your creditor. If you are able to do that, then you'll be credit worthy. But in terms of what value, that depends on you. That depends on your takings, what you do, what you bring, what you do to exchange value outside, and the amount of money you can bring in will determine how much credit that the creditor can give you. Then another important factor in credit is integrity. If there's integrity, what you say you will do in terms of keeping to terms and conditions of creditor, and you are able to do it as appropriate, as agreed, then that will improve your integrity, and it's going to improve your relationship between you as a borrower and your creditor. So integrity is very important. To be credit worthy is important. People are living on credit in this part of the world because there's opportunity for it, because we want to move from cash-based society to cashless society, and many stores are rolling out credit cards so that they can sell more. So one has to be very, very wise when they are throwing credit cards to you and you are taking it. You have to be very, very wise in taking it. When people are luring you, supermarkets are luring you to come and take their credit cards, to come and purchase their goods, buy now, pay later, it could be dangerous. You don't do it beyond your means, because there's possibility to do it beyond your means. If you begin to take every line of credit, it's going to kill the debtor at the end of the day. So that is why it is very dangerous to be taking credit all the time for all purchases, all the day, all the month. At the end of the day, your regular income, monthly income and wages will not be able to cover the debt. And if one is unable to pay his debt, it's either he declares himself as bankrupt, or his creditors gather together to declare him as bankrupt as an individual. And as a corporate company, a corporate entity cannot be declared bankrupt, but can be liquidated by group of debtors, by group of creditors. Creditors can come together and declare a corporate entity as illiquid and liquidate the company. The government or the court we appoint a receiver who is going to sell all their properties and distribute the money to the creditors. So that is very important to note, that as an individual you can declare yourself bankrupt, and your creditors can also declare you bankrupt and sell all that you have, except basic things that you need. They will leave you with basic things that you need: your bed, your clothes, your shoe, your food. All other things, your car can be sold, and any other asset can be sold to recover their money. So that is why it is very dangerous to live on credit. In fact, my next book is on credit, and it is titled The Power of Borrowed Money.
Okay, but let's talk about it. So these ideas you've mentioned, very awesome and explicit. You have them in books. Are they what you have put together in what you call the 12 empowerment financial principles of financial abundance?
Yes, the 12 empowerment principles for financial abundance are actually 12 principles that can make one to make money, generate money, use that money wisely with financial discipline, and be able to sustain his life with whatever he gets. The 12 empowerment principle of financial abundance is teaching us that You cannot work until your dying day. Don't work until you drop. Work, get money, let that money that you have gained, that you have acquired, work for you. When you work, the money you generate should also be working for you. There is just a difference between the rich and the poor. Why the poor are buying cheap things in the market, cheap things that they think they can afford, things that are available, 50p, £1.50, £2, £5. The rich will not buy anything that does not worth it. The rich place their money on assets or investment that's going to yield further returns. So 12 empowerment is teaching us that you don't work until you drop. Whatever money you gain today, plan on it, use it wisely to take care of yourself, and defer some expenditures. That is, have some savings. Whatever your level of income is, you can still save. Let it be X amount. You can save from it. People want to save. The problem with people that 12 empowerment is highlighting is they want to save after they have expended all their expenditures, after they have settled all their bills. That could be dangerous. When it comes to savings and you are financially disciplined, you don't wait until after the settlement of all bills. But savings should be part of what you are going to take out as part of your bill to deposit.
But what if your bills don't outweigh? It's not even enough. What you earn is not even enough to pay your bills. So how do you save?
Thank you very much. I think I mentioned that one earlier on. You need to really sit down, put on paper.
All right, because of our time, we've spent about 30 minutes.
Adjust your financial life.
This book, 12 Empowerment, where are they available?
They are available on www.amazon.co.uk and ebay.co.uk. They are also available on Good News Bookshop at 654 Lytton High Road, E10 6RN, Lytton. They are also available at 156 to 158 CAC Lytton, Grove Green Road, E11 4EL. They are available everywhere. They are also available in Nigeria. They are available at the Odushote Bookshop in Nigeria. That's in Oyo State. So they are available on internet. They are available in bookshops.
Awesome. I think we need to bring Mr. Adedokun back again because, of course, the issue of financial management is key and critical. There are quite a lot of questions I wanted to ask, but 30 minutes is gone, so I haven't got the time to deal with that. So we'll bring you back.
Okay.
We'll talk more about financial empowerment, financial management, because this is a critical issue. How people can manage their financial life, how we can move from being a perpetual debtor to having abundance in life, and how we can manage
financially independent
the little we have to meet our needs. We'll bring you back maybe in under 1 or 2 weeks to review more about financial independence. And I'm aware you are also a lecturer of Yoruba language in one of the universities in London. So we'll talk about culture and language at another time. But for today, we got to let you go for now so that we can bring in our next guest, who is the Commissioner of Information and Strategy in Ogun State, Dayo Adeneye. I'm Sakola Adedokun. Thank you for joining us on the program today. It's a pleasure having you here.
Thank you, my host, and thank you, the viewers at home.
All right, if you're interested in the book, just Google 12 Empowerment Principle for Financial Abundance. You'll get to know more about it. But then we're still going to have him come back to talk about financial principles at another of our episodes. Let's go on a short break now to bring in our next guest, and we'll be back. Don't get away.